Everyone, this is Mr. Brass. I'm walking home from the store right now. Very happy. But yes, I wanted to have a conversation about the whole trans athlete thing. This topic gets brought up a lot. And I figure, as a more libertarian minded person like myself, in terms of politics at least, I think that we can learn something about the life, and I think that we can better understand these issues. But anyway, when it comes to the transgender athlete thing, I think what I like to differentiate is between the private and the public sector. I firmly believe that if private business owners, of a sports, like let's say a rich billionaire wants to start up a women's sports league and have teams and an organization and everything. If that business owner, in my opinion, wants to post transgenders, biological men against biological women, I think that they should be allowed to. Because businesses are not really in the game to be fair. They're in there to make a profit. So I would not know if that would actually result in making a profit. I personally probably wouldn't watch it, but I don't watch sports anyway, except wrestling. But anyway, that's how I differentiate. I believe personally if a private business owner wanted to start a league where it was simply 9 400-pound untrained, just gargantuan men versus one Olympic athlete in a race. If the business owner wants to start races like that and just do that sort of thing, hey, all to them. We know who will win from the start, but, that's their prerogative. Hell, we might get some entertainment out of that, seeing a bunch of 400-pound men huffing, puffing, and having a heart attack after running for about 5 seconds. But, so that's how it really works. When it comes to the private sector, it's not so much interested in fairness, but it's interested in a profit. I hate to break it to people, but life is not fair, as much as we like to try to make it. I believe equality exists in abstraction. Like 2 + 2 = 4, and, in the law of identity, A = A, not A = not A, that sort of shit. Once you get into the concrete realm, which you could say we live in, I think that the concept goes away. Now, in the public sphere, that's a different story. That's tax dollars. Everyone puts money towards it. So I think there has to be not say fair per se, but there has to be more consideration for what's the closest we can get to fair. And I think that what it shows is that what people need to understand is that it's not so much that you can't find exceptions. Like, for example, I don't think really anyone is seriously making the argument that every man in the world can beat every woman in any sport whatsoever, even in strength sort of things, which men are known for dominating. If, you know, so, like, for example, if you put my fat ass against Ronda Rousey in a UFC cage match, yeah, I'm gonna get destroyed. Why? Even though I have probably maybe 100 pounds on her, I'm not skilled, I'm not trained, and clearly I would just get my ass beat. But if I were to train and I were to actually lose a lot more weight, and, there would be just, the odds would go dramatically up for me of beating her. Just with, I would say, even mild training, because the strength difference would be there. The thing is that every human body has its upper limits. Men have just, biological men that is. I'm personally at this point where I've been considering gender eliminativism, where I really want to dispense with things like gender roles or something, because I think that I think gender roles to an extent are harmful to men. But I understand where they come from. There might be some utility to gender roles. But yeah, I believe that, that there should be more of a discussion on this and the upper limits of the human body. Men and women have their skills. We are under a biological system that gives no shits about our morality or what we consider fair. Evolution does not care if men are stronger than women. It does not care, let's say, if women have, more dexterity or something like that than men, or more flexibility than men. It doesn't care. It's a completely amoral system. I think I think when it comes to the public sector, then yes, I think that there needs to be more of a consideration for fairness. Well, that is all for today. This is Mr. Brass saying goodbye and get wise.